Still to come, John Barrowman is joining us. That's before he has to go and get his COVID vaccine this morning. He'll be live after the break.
I'm sure he'll have lots of things to say about that. Yes, I knew you would, Mr. Barrowman. I knew you would. Oh, I want to unleash you. I want to unleash you. I will do that. Unleashed. John Barrowman Unleashed on Good Morning Britain coming up next.
Alex, thank you. Now, we've got to the end of another week in lockdown, but let's face it, it's left many of us bored of the same routine, desperate for a little bit of glitz and glam, a little bit of sparkle.
And when you're looking for glitz of glam, who do you think of? Because we won't need to make much longer, as ITV is pulling up a one-night-only extravaganza filled with sequins on Sunday. And to tell us all about it, All-Star Musicals is singer, actor and judge. Yay! I knew you would disappoint. Listen, before you fully pull on your sequins, do you want to roll up your sleeves and comment on the Culture Minister? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, what were you desperate to say at that point? Because I know you have very strong views with how the whole industry has been, you know, has been looked after or not.
Well, first off, thank you for asking. Let me start with the 200 billion pounds that has been given to the theatre industry. Most of that money went to theatres and to around the country and to West End theatres and to producers. Not much of that went to the actors and to the performers, to the stagehands, to the wig mistresses, to the sound people, to everybody else, the front of house staff, everybody else who was involved in the theater. I am a lover of sport myself, but I get sick and tired all the time of hearing, let's fill up the stadium and do it socially distanced. At Christmas, Oliver Dowden sat in the Palladium Theatre, I'm pretty sure, with the rest of the audience, Michael Harrison, a producer, Andrew Lloyd Webber, the producer, put on a show for them to show them that socially distancing with the audience members wearing masks, the performers wearing shields, that it could work. We keep hearing about sports venues fill them back up to partial capacity. Fill the damn theaters back up to partial capacity, Oliver Dowden. There is a huge industry that makes $800 million a year for your government. And you are not looking after the artists or the performers. I get sick of it all the time, Charlotte and Kate. I really, really do.
I mean, his argument was that smaller theatres couldn't operate on partial, wasn't it? So that's why they had to wait a bit longer. And he is trying to open the bigger theatres.
I understand that, but you have to start somewhere. And like we have the actors, what we have done also, we've created the Theatre Artists Fund because there's not enough money from the government for the performers, for the other people in the industry. So if you open the bigger theaters, I guarantee you the actors will do more and the theaters will do more to support the smaller theaters than the government has.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked to read those figures that I was putting to Oliver Dowden about the number of people that have been made redundant, the number that can't get access to the benefits, and the number that just can't pay bills. Do you worry that so much talent has been lost for the industry, that it is going to look very different, even when it does get going again?
Charlotte, worried, it's gone. There are so many people who haven't been able to afford, they've left the industry. I know friends of mine who've lost their homes. They've had to make decisions over whether they're going to put food on the table for their families or they're going to pay a mortgage because they haven't been able to get furloughed. The money has not been there because of some loophole that the government says, oh, you can't do this now, you don't deserve this money. That's absolutely rubbish. It should be, everybody should be helped. Everybody pays their way. Everybody pays their taxes, and they. The one thing that really upsets me is that a lot of these shows, even the producers, they've let the companies go. So these people are going to be hired back. But I can guarantee you they're not going to be hired back at the wages they had before. They're going to put it in under the radar. They're going to get them for the cheap because everybody's going to be so desperate to work that is not going to be fair. So you've got this double-edged sword that's going to happen to people in the industry. It just riles me all the time that they keep saying.
See, you're right. I've made a note of all your points. We're going to get Mr. Dowden back on to us, and we might get on you too. They have said that they have given grants to help some people, but I take the point you're making that it's not getting through. So And it's a really important point you're making. It's so important. But we also want to get time for what you want to talk about.
Yeah, we want to
I don't want us to run out of time.
Of something that's going to cheer them up.
Get your sparkles on and tell us all about it.
Right. I'm putting my different coat on now. This is the fun. On Sunday at 6 p.m. In the slot that we had for Dancing on Ice, All-Star Musicals, where we're taking 6 celebrities and myself, Elaine Page, Trevor Dion Nicholas, Samantha Barks, the judges. We're going to have a night of entertainment. We're going to show you what the West End Theatre has to offer, and we're going to bring it into your living room. We're going to bring the joy of performing, the joy of artistry. The one thing about our ensemble there, they aren't just ensemble players. They're people who played leads in the West End. They're people who were ensemble. They're people who were auditioning. They're people who are out of work. Everybody came together as a community to bring this show to entertain you and show you the joy of theater, that we can be on stage together. We can sing and dance and laugh just like they can play football and scrum in rugby pitches right close up to each other. Let us theatre performers do exactly the same.
Well, we are looking forward to seeing it on Sunday. John, thanks very much for joining us. We're out of time. I know you've got to dash off to get your
always a joy.
Vaccine,
always a joy. Always
best
a joy.
of luck with that. Good to see you.
Jeff, I've got to run.
Bye-bye.